Hello and welcome back to Let's Play Wrath of the Righteous, with me, Bring It On. Before I enter the Molten Scar, I want to try something real fast. Alright, so we can go west on this path. I don't know why we can't go west on this path. So I have to pull this army back up here, and then go this way. Which, it may not matter. I think we can go cross this crevice anyway. I'm not sure how we're supposed to get to this. Maybe we'll just go back south and keep fighting the level 9 demon armies. Either way, let's enter the Molten Scar. This is where the skin of the wounded Galarian burst, exposing a flow of boiling magma. The incinerating heat emanating from under the ground did not prevent demons from setting up a base here to assault Dresden time and again.
No mistakes.
A bright future awaits us.
The goddess protects us.
You require my unbiased opinion?
My will is resolute.
Are you ready to move out?
I will lend you my aid.
That's a super on Bucephalus in that land. Oh well, it'll be fine.
Now, what am I missing?
I'm prepared. You are my favorite aide.
Alright, now we can actually play the game. Hey, loot.
I'll go ahead.
Feathered beasts. I took all of you. Get your talons off me. Yakleth, Kanaya, Revok, Ravok? Nomaz, what have they done to you? You monsters. Beasts. Now get the second one over here. What did they do to that guy?
You've crossed the wrong line.
Rocks aren't really a threat at this point, so I'm not going to worry about it. Get the spores off of us and keep on trekking. Just blitz him. The large Vrock looks at you, craning her disgusting bald neck. Her piercing screech sounds menacing. Why are you here? You want to become demons too. Vrocks will transform you right away. But all Vrocks female? Or is this one just specifically a female? Who are you? The Vrock sticks her chest out and spreads her massive black wings. Vrock, wise Vrock, magical Vrock, snatcher of pathetic humans, maker of demons. Other Vrock said Vrock was dumb. Leave, Chickenhead, they said. And Vrock became the favorite student of wise Xanther the Plagued One, and is now making demons out of humans. Who is dumb now? Drops the saliva fly out of the animal's beak, hearing the stench of death. Ew, nasty demon. Ew. I don't even want to fight it. Can I sit this one out? If I get angry and bite it in a temper, I'll be so disgusted I'll never be able to eat anything ever again. What are you doing here? Unblinking, bird eyes stare at you. Vrock is making an army. She sends her flock to get humans, steely crusaders at night. And once she steals, she transforms. Makes good demons, with sharp teeth, who will kill you. Ahahaha. Vrock bursts into shameless, screeching laughter as she looks at her deformed prisoners. Why Xanther the Plagued One told her to fly here and gather an army. Harm humans. He doesn't have time to do it himself. He's busy reading and thinking. He said he'd give the Vrock horrific power, like the strongest demons have. Why Xanther the Plagued One knows the secret, how to pour more power into demons. When he rewards the Vrock, she will tear off the heads of everyone who banished Vrock. And with the others, she will hunt you from the skies, pathetic humans. Let me get this straight. You served a wise mage, but he sent you somewhere far away. Here, with a very important task. I can't imagine what possessed him to do that. Who could refuse such a passionate and quick-witted helper? I'm sure he's lost without you. The Vrock laughs triumphantly. Stupid mortal. Why is Xanther the Plagued One would never get lost? He is too clever. Where did you learn how to turn humans into demons? The Vrock shows you her wrinkled red fist. A piece of paper is clenched within it, smeared with soot and blood. Old knowledge. The wise Vrock read it and did it. Making demons out of humans. Oh, how fascinating. I've never heard of such a transmutation before. A sheet of paper and a pencil appear in Nenio's hands. My dear colleague, please share your valuable experience with me. How do you do it? Even a broad outline would be most welcome. The Vrock walks around flapping her wings, snapping her beak, chitter-chattering the strange words. And all the while the little humans' bones wriggle out of their skins. Their eyes pop out of their sockets. Their tongues flop out of their mouths, all blue. Just as it's written, that's what happens. Nenio frowns, looking unconvinced. Allow me to challenge your account, Madame Vrock, and engage in a scholarly debate with you. It is extremely unlikely that any reputable scientific work you would find the words chitter-chatter. An indignant screech bursts from the demon. The Vrock is wise. The Vrock could not read the scratches, but Xanther the Plagued One ordered the Vrock to get the silver-tongued elf, who knows ancient words, and he translated everything. He was screaming in pain while Xanther was eating him. Give me the paper, or I'll scatter your bird brains all over the rocks. The Vrock recoils warily and lets out an angry screech. What? Have you come to get the paper? Take your stupid paper. The Vrock will find a new one, even better. The Vrocks will kill you. Kill you. By crumpling the paper, the Vrock throws it at your feet to distract you. Yeah, I think she was going to run away no matter what. For the commander, for his court, for the free crusaders, kill the beasts. Die, cursed demon. I fear the halfling something. How's Janna Aldori? Paint smeared with blood and soot. The paper is old and is stained black with blood in places. Someone has written over the ancient elven runes in blood. Just one fragment in the corner is readable. Not a portal, but a soft spot in the space of the world. Many gods and demons have the power to open such a rift, but doing this will not be to their liking. They will leave the request unanswered. Therefore, one should pronounce the word Ravuk when creating such a rift. It is an ancient and mighty word of power that belongs to a language now forgotten. This word means no name. Mages of the past often wove it into the text of the incantations, to shelter themselves from the anger of those forces disturbed by rights against nature. Okay.
I know the way.
Gloves of Arcane Eradication. Sounds pretty cool. These gloves grant the wearer a +4 bonus to ranged touch attack rolls, and a +5 competence bonus on use magic device skill checks. So Ember is getting quite the hookup here. That's what, the third item that we found for her? The girl raises her eyes to you. She's deathly pale, either from exhaustion or terror, you don't know. Knight Commander, it's you. Janna, by the gods. Come on, look alive. We're gonna get you out. How did you wind up here? I got lost. I lost my way when I ran. I walked and walked with no food. Then the Vrocks came and... She shudders and peers around with haunted eyes. Did they perform the ritual on you? The one they did on the 2 captured Crusaders? Not before you got here. They said I'd be next, and I couldn't do anything. I just had to watch and wait. So what am I supposed to do with you now? She gathers her remaining scraps of strength and takes a deep breath. I know you're angry with me because I ran. I left you in the middle of a fight against the demons. I deserted my duty, but it was my first real battle against actual demons. She's so scared and can barely think straight. We need to get her out of here. Of course. We're going to help you, Janna. Sela moves a step forward, but the look in Janna's eyes stops her. There we go. Janna starts to speak in a rush of words. It seems she's reached the limit of her fear. Back home in Mevon, everyone always praised me for my fencing skills. I mainly fence in tournaments and duels. A couple of times I came up against actual marauders. I won every encounter. I always won, and I thought I'd come to Mendev, join the Crusaders, and cover myself in real glory. Okay. Now the truth is, I soon realized that I'd been a foolish, silly girl. I realized it before the attack on Canabris. But then I met you, Sela, and that changed everything. Everything came so easily to you. You could fall into the caves below Canabris, survive terrible dangers, and then turn around and order a tankard of ale in the tavern like it was nothing. You went on the attack on the Great Garrison, came back stronger than ever. Now a companion of Iomede's chosen one. And then there's your motto, no glory without risk. I have a motto, no guides, only glory. You were the heroine I had always imagined myself to be, and that's why I insisted on going with you after those demons. I wanted to keep up with you, to prove I was as good as you, and look where it's led me. Janna breaks into racking sobs. Sela looks shaken and distraught. Gritting her teeth, she breaks the lock off the cage. You heard what the commander said, Janna. You're free to go wherever. And, if it counts for anything, I'm sorry. Why'd you be sorry? Wallard. The Crusader in front of you looks terrible. His skin is charred and cracked, oozing blood. Horrible claws are growing from under his nails, tearing them from the fingers. Barely controlled madness is flickering in his eyes. The wheezing coming from the knight's bloody throat is like the growl of an animal. Who are you? Gathering all his strength, the knight gives a short, clipped reply, reporting as he's been trained to do. I've got this. Crusaders, abducted during an exploratory mission. I'm Wallard, and this is Thomaz. The knight nods at his friend. The latter cannot speak. His pointed teeth are growing without stopping. They have pierced through his lower jaw, sealing his mouth shut. He's moaning something furiously, his bloodshot eyes rolling wildly. Do you know anything about the girl in the other cage? No. They brought her in after. She could barely stand. She was weak from exhaustion. Looked like she hadn't eaten in days. The Vrocks tossed her in that cell and haven't touched her since. She doesn't talk to us either. How did you get here? The flame of fury is raging in the Crusader's eyes. We're exploring the gorge on Anevia's orders, and we ran into them. Vrocks attacked us, beat us up, and dragged us here. We thought they wanted to eat us. Oh gods. It would be better if they had. I know for sure that these Vrocks are my least favorite demons. Foul, wicked Vrocks. What they did to you is horrible. The night stops. A soft, unpleasant sound is heard amidst the silence. The grinding of the Crusaders' horrific teeth. Finally, the night chokes out a response. We have families, Commander. Save us. What did they do to you? We were put through some horrifying ritual. Maybe that's how Aurilu tormented her test subjects. The pain is unbearable, Commander. Like being dipped in boiling water and then dragged over a grater. I saw the abyss. It lunged at me like a wild beast, pouring its vile poison into me. It entered my bones, turning them into molten metal. The Vrock said I would be their soldier. I'm saying Thoma, I think it's just pronounced Thomas. Thomas and I are far from the first ones they've done this to. I think they make a kind of tunnel to their cruel world, and the filth gushes in from there. They pump it into us and make us fight for their side. It pains me to think about it, but a few times I thought that the demons I killed looked like some of my friends, people I thought had died. Now I know what happened to them. To have first-hand knowledge of the subtle influence of the Abyss's emanations, to have endured such a fundamental transmutation and retain your sanity, I am truly delighted for you. I even envy you a little. If only I could have the chance to participate in such a groundbreaking experiment. What should we do with you now? Help us or kill us, but don't abandon us like this. The pain is unbearable. It's taking over my mind. I'm afraid I'll kill someone. Maybe the clerics can cure us. Lan stares into Wallard's eyes, then sighs solemnly. They've got the Crimson Rage, a demonic pestilence that clouds the mind with unbridled fury. Mongrel infants are sometimes born with this affliction. There's no cure for it. We do know ways to fight the scourge, to control it. Maybe my kinfolk could help you. Our troubles have a common source. Look at me, warrior. I know what you're feeling. I also sense that beast in my soul. I hear its raging howls. But I fight it. Every day, every moment. You are not doomed. You've been marked by the abyss, but it's not a death sentence. I am living proof of that. The Crusader presses his fist to his chest. Yes, the beast inside. How do you resist it? How do you suppress this rage? Socio speaks with unexpected fervor. We must help them. We truly believe that we can prevail against the World Wound's influence on Golarion. That means we must also eradicate it from the bodies of these unfortunates. We have no right to consign these people to a terrible fate, saying, there's nothing to be done, they are doomed. Every person can be saved. Every person deserves a chance at salvation. I wonder what the better option is here. I feel like the mongrel option is more unique. So we're going to go with that. So Lan is right. Go to the mongrels. They will take care of you. The knight looks desperate, but he finds it within himself to give a stalwart nod. Alright. We'll go to the mongrels, not inflict ourselves on good, ordinary folk. There's no need to sow strife in their hearts. But we're still crusaders. An hour of need should come. You can count on us, Commander. With your permission, Homicide will search the vicinity. Now that the Vrocks have been ousted, we need to gather their poor victims. We'll make sure that they make it to the mongrels. You're surrounded by halfling warriors, worshippers of Chaldera Zuzaristan, aggressively brandishing their weapons. Hail, Commander, and hail to you too, Dragon. Fancy meeting you in this nest of demons, eh? What are you doing here? What do you mean? We're free crusading here. We brought all of our kind from the court, anyone who can fight. We're going on raids, taking on demons, helping armies from Dresden where we can. Lots to be getting on with, so much to do, but we'll manage, don't you worry. Well, thanks for your help. I'll be going now. Have a lovely day then, and call into the court more often. You're sorely missed. I don't want to stick around and watch me reinvigorate the land? With a TARDIS at my side? Alright, demonic influence be gone. Alright, is that the whole area?
Follow my lead.
No, I guess we did find one hidden item. Okay, we're probably good to leave. Oh, sorry, turn this into an Erebeth. Or was it a Nevia? I think this is a Nevia's quest. A hail. Dorgalinda Stranglehold salutes you with her bad hand. Her bald hand. Amidst a critical shortage of supplies, a number of soldiers who call themselves Fellows of the Crusade have set up a black market in the army. They steal everything that's not nailed down, trade medicine for swords, and spell scrolls for tobacco and rations. They know better than to ask for anything from command. They take care of themselves. If someone's not happy with the trade, out come the knives. I don't know how to deal with it except by alleviating the shortage of essential supplies. We should press Mendev for more deliveries. We need to sort out our storage, build some decent warehouses. Right now it's a thief's paradise. An underground market, huh? Now what's so bad about that? Let them trade things. Let's authorize it, and there won't be a black market. It's a normal, legit market. If someone is in need of something, we're the ones who must provide it. We should ask the priests of many different gods. They have wealth and influence. Maybe they can help. You thought I was joking when I said our soldiers would soon need our experience of surviving in the caves. Well, here we are. This is the day. Time to live off the land. I'll teach your fighters how to survive on barren rocks, and there won't be any need for a black market. Who are these fellows of the Crusade? Where do they come from? Every army has people like them. Crafty folks who are willing to survive at all costs. Keep in mind, these aren't brigands. Otherwise they wouldn't have enlisted in the Crusader army. They want to free Golarion from the demons just as much as anyone, but their choice of methods is indiscriminate, to say the least. Not everyone joins the crusade out of the goodness of their heart. Some are hiding from Mendev's judgment. Some are here for glory. Some are dreaming of treasure and spoils. We've got repentant cutthroats, illegitimate children, adventurers, rogues, all kinds. And each one of them is poor and used to not being able to rely on those in power. In their experience, everyone who has any sort of influence is a greedy cheat, and only common folk can be honest. That's why they call themselves the Fellows of the Crusade. They're your fellow soldiers who are trying to make things fair in their own way. And others follow suit, whether they really believe them or they're just doing it as a jest. Who knows? Now, Woljif, how did you end up on this council? And why not, huh? I'm your man when it comes to fetching the unfetchable, you know. So I figured I could show the lads in your army how it's done. It never hurts to be close to those in charge of grub and new boots. I'd like to hear about your suggestion in more detail. Suggestions. Yes, Commander. Woljif, what are you suggesting? Fighting under the counter trade goes about as well as smacking nettles with a stick. Swing all you like, even pave over it. It'll just grow through the stone. If soldiers trading, it's because they gotta. So let them trade out in the open. We'll build them a market and keep an eye on it to make sure there's no tussle, that the trade's more or less honest. We'll even be able to make a tidy sum out of it ourselves. The Queen has put you at the head of a disciplined army. Make sure these kinds of liberties won't hurt that discipline, and turn them into a mercenary gang. Arushale, what's your plan? The churches of many gods support the Crusaders' cause. They heal, bless, pray. We ask them, maybe they'll help us ease the shortage of provisions and gear. I'm sure that if we build some shrines, priests won't refuse to help us. The priests are going to help us. Give me a break. They're only generous with prayers and good wishes. Lan, what do you say? I say that hoping for handouts is pointless. Warriors must know how to provide for themselves, even in the middle of a wasteland. The surface is chock full of resources. We just need to teach the troops how to use them. And well, not to be too picky. But we're not alone. The Crusaders have supporters all over Golarion. It can't be that we have to fight demons to save the world without being able to make meat. Make the ends. I'm not sure how to say it properly. Dorgalinda, what are your thoughts? We need to keep pressing Mendev, double or triple our efforts if we have to, so they finally get proper supply chains up and running. Let the Queen come up with a new tax, or make the aristocrats pay up, or go into debt. That's not our problem. Rosian sent us here to win a war. Let's make them take care of our needs. Honestly, at this point, our soldiers don't even have a clean shirt to die in with, some dignity if they fall. She frowns. Although, I'm familiar with those misers from the treasury. It's like getting blood from a stone. Mendev's already up to its neck in debts. You keep shaking an empty mug, you'll never get more than 3 drops. Still hoping for handouts. We need to face it already. We're on our own here, so we have to survive however we can. That purple moss that grows on rocks. Pretty edible, I've checked. Everything is clear. So what's our course of action? I'm probably not going to build any of these anyway. I think lands makes the most sense. Because if all of the supply chains do end up failing. I want to click on this just to read the dialogue, but I don't want to accidentally select this because this is not what my character would do. Yeah, if supply chains fail, this also helps them out in the field as well. Like if they're out marching about and they might not have access to their supplies, it would make them more self-sufficient. To land. It's time for our fighters to learn how to provide for themselves. It's high time, I say. We'll assign gathering teams, sort the findings. We'll be alright. Thank you for making the call, Commander. I'll report all further developments directly to you. If we run into anything else that requires your attention, I'll immediately convene the council. And also, there's no reason not to do any of these and Dorgalinda's suggestion. Because we should continue to keep pressing our benefactors for resources, but we can also make our soldiers more independent. Hail, Commander. Captain Harmadon salutes. Permission to report. Although the desertion has been halted, not everyone appreciated your methods. A circle of discontents formed within the officers' ranks, calling themselves the Wary. There are no blatant signs of sedition, otherwise they would have been arrested. Still, their talk is concerning. We can't rely on them. We need our own trusted officers. I suggest enlisting some of the volunteers. We get some very capable fighters among the fresh blood every day, the kind that can be made sergeants straight away. We need those who still know the meaning of honor. We'll call paladins and knights from reputable orders, and they'll serve as an example to our soldiers, boosting everyone's morale too. Officers who are unworthy of their rank can always be replaced. We can identify experienced sergeants with reliable records of results, then promote them. Mendev is full of promising youths who were overlooked when their seniors were promoted to serve in your army. We can call them here, award them rank, and they'll be grateful to us until the end of their days. Why exactly are these wary unsatisfied? The words of Sela and the other faithful did their job, inspiring the formerly doubt-filled. However, the more cynical officers grumble and that preaching doesn't fill empty stomachs. Can't judge them for refusing to fight for pretty words. Tisk tisk. But since they're bad-mouthing us, I will have to judge the scoundrels after all. Shame on them. So they're expecting bribes. The opportunists. And one more thing. I apologize if this sounds disrespectful, but these are the sentiments within the ranks. For an entire century, the Queen was the face of the Crusade. Even though she personally appointed you as commander, many still consider you an upstart unworthy of the high title. Many officers and soldiers dream of Her Majesty taking the lead. Let's discuss our options in further detail. As you command. Sela, what's your plan? We need the most honorable, loyal officers. Where else can we find them but among the chivalric orders and paladins? We'll invite valiant knights to Dresden and make them officers. They're the best hope for a Crusader army. That sounds fabulous. There's just one tiny little problem. Who do you think has been filling these positions until now? Did it truly not cross my dearest cousin's mind to recruit your favorite paragons of honor and faith as officers? Your proposal was to repeat exactly the same thing that's been going on without you for the last 100 years. Regil, what do you suggest? Appointing officers from the outside is a mistake. We should move our most distinguished privates up the ranks. The troops will be more eager to trust their former comrades and try to climb the ladders themselves. Of course, these officers will also prove more loyal than newcomers, invited from who knows where. I actually agree with Regil here. There's some truth to that. I became who I am by making it all the way from a thief to a paladin. The soldiers need not just generals, but mentors too. They need officers who embody honor and bravery, showing the true meaning of those virtues, as someone once showed me. Darren, your opinion please. There are plenty of ambitious young men and women in Mendev, waiting for the chance to prove themselves. They move mountains for whomever gives them this chance. The aspirations of hot-headed youth are the best fuel for war. Sure, why don't we invite some privileged youths as our officers? Gamblers, status seekers, fops, and brilliant poets, unappreciated by the masses. That's what's been missing in our commanding ranks. I can see that the Count misses the high life dearly, but would like to invite along the entirety of the capital's leisure class to join him in carousing. I can't stop him, so I can invite them to his heart's content, but not to serve here as officers. Captain Harmondon, what would you advise? There are volunteers arriving every day, with some quite capable people in their midst. I wasn't a rookie when I joined the Crusade after all. I had 100 years of military experience. We can rely on these new leaders to replenish our command staff. Should we entrust the lives of our soldiers to strangers? I'm not so sure. Yeah, no, not until they get the lay of the land and understand how the hierarchy works in the Crusade. Because they might not know how things work, and the Crusaders know how things work. Like what works and what doesn't. And so then you have a conflict of interest. This actually happened to me when I was in the military. We had a warrant officer come in who was not from our MOS, where previously we had a warrant officer from our MOS as our direct superior. And he ran things his way, and there was a lot of conflict in the shop because of that. So yeah, I disagree with this guy. Well, thank you. Everything is clear. What are your orders? Well, that's pretty good. Oh, okay. Well... man. Alright, so 100% Darren's is the best. Master Maneuver is extremely powerful and probably the best thing you can get for a general. This one is not super exciting. None of these... for my character, I mean, choice 5 is probably the best one since I am supposed to be chaotic good. I think I'm currently like neutral good. But I'm supposed to be a hot-headed, chaotic good character. Do I want to go for optimal? I mean, personally, I would choose 4. My character might choose 5. I will never choose 6. I disagree with that choice altogether. Oh man, this one's tough. Because I don't really have a good roleplay option. Like, nothing's blatantly fitting my character. It's between 4 and 5. Screw it, we'll go for optimization. Darren, call your bright youths. Perfect. Let's give these youngsters a chance. They'll be sure to prove their worth. And there will finally be someone in Dresden to discuss Mendevian news with in the evening. Hope that these measures will solve the issue at hand. If we have further complications, I'll call another council at once. Plus, I don't think Darren's really solves the issue of usurpers in the army. In fact, we might just be making it worse by throwing a bunch of random newbies into the fray.
How could you forget your family, Nenyo? Your roots, your ancestors, your heritage. I don't understand you.
Are there people of historical significance among your ancestors? Did your forebears invent something great? Then I don't understand why you remember them.
Alright. I'm going to call the episode here. In the next one, we will check the Crusade management, make sure there's no new decrees to be issued, and then we'll head back out once again. We'll probably go further south beyond the Molten Scar. There's a whole bunch of non-quest areas to the south of that to explore. And that's our plan for next time. For now, thanks for watching. I hope to see you guys in the next one.